Talking with Topher, episode 22. And it is good to be back. I just want to let everybody know to subscribe and set the alarm so you know when the new episodes upload. And if you enjoy the videos, hit those like buttons. And as always, I appreciate everybody who subscribes. I am going to add this in right after the introduction. I need to go over what the hell is going on with my computer today. Super frustrating. Do not know what is happening. Camera keeps shutting itself off. It is the craziest thing. It shut itself off 3 times. One of them did not know it happened. Recorded the entire podcast. Must have talked for 32 minutes. Got nothing. Luckily, the last 2 times it did it, I caught it. So, again, as always, like I say, shit happens. We got to deal with it. And it all depends on how you deal with it. Did I get upset? Did I scream a little bit? Yes. But did I shut my computer down, restart it, figure it out, then have it happen 2 more times? Yeah, that happened too. But you know what? I put it all together. I did it. And now I'm complaining about it. So, just to let you know, I don't think anything's very easy, but we're having fun. We're just having fun. And I hope you're having fun too. So, as always, guys and girls and everybody out there who's subscribing and listening, thank you. And remember, talkingwithtopher@gmail.com for any advice. And as always, I thank you for watching and listening. So it's another Wednesday, and I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's a little echoey in here. I've cleared out the room, and as soon as I'm done recording, I'm going to start digging into this thing. We're going to rip down the wallpaper, we're going to cut up some sheetrock, and we're going to start mudding and then get it ready for paint. So excited. I'll have this thing done. I'll have a video of it. Actually, as of right now, I'll show you where I'm at. All right. Check out. This is the progress I've made so far. And as you can see, the ceiling needs a little bit of work. We're going to make that pipe look real good. Bring that back to base. Yeah, so as you can see, it's coming together. It's taken some time, but with my surgery coming up, next Friday, I'm going to get my deviated septum fixed. So I have to go in for my COVID test on Tuesday. And from Tuesday after my COVID test till Friday morning, I'm not allowed to leave my house. So I've pretty much got everything I need to be stuck in my house, finish this project, and do a few other things around the house. So it's going to be a cram-packed week that week, but I'm really, really looking forward to it. So just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that's going on. I'm going to try to put together a video of me kind of doing some work in here, and obviously the final product I will show on the podcast. So all those things to come. I'm probably going to have to do a pre-recorded podcast just because I do not know how I'm going to feel after surgery. And since I have it on a Friday to record that following Wednesday, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. So I'm going to pre-record. I'm going to have a few things added in. I'm just going to have some fun with it. And I just hope everybody enjoys. So this week, I've just been getting ready for all of this. It's been nonstop, just, working on it, emptying everything, getting it together. But we're gonna get that all fixed. The ceiling has got cracks and stuff in it, and I gotta fix all that. And I'm gonna get that all painted, and that's all stuff I'm gonna be doing while I'm stuck at home on quarantine. I've literally been trying to get everything put together for this surgery. I've gotten the car fixed. We got some electrical work done on the house. That was great. We got to take care of the dogs this weekend. We got to go shopping for the week. And I'm trying to get everything prepared have everything done by Monday night. And that way, Tuesday morning, I'll go in for my COVID test. I'll have that thing shoved up my nose. And then I get to drive home and sit there for 4 days before surgery. So I got to have all my supplies, everything I need, because I will not be allowed to leave this house. So I don't know why I keep saying we will. I don't know. Anyways, I will be getting this room done. And I calculated it. I started this room approximately the 24th will be 3 months. So September 24th will be 3 months. I have been working on this room. I said I'd have it done in 3 months, and I think I'm going to be done early. So I'm kind of excited for that too. And let's see. That's stuff that I've been planning on and getting ready for, and how I'm going to kind of keep my schedule so that I don't lose track of things. And because this stuff is too important to me. It's all part of my structure. I'm out there running, right? And running around the neighborhood, and school is back in session. I'm not sure, but around here I saw kids getting dropped off at school, and I found it to be kind of humorous, and I understand that we've all been kind of locked up in our houses. Anybody who has kids right now, all you've been doing is teaching your kids and staying home with them. You're not working because of it. There's all kinds of stuff going on right now. So I do understand that. But on the other hand, I found it to be very humorous when I was running by the school, and you see all the moms dropping off the kids. And these moms, some of them looked like they were ready for the club. They were dressed up real nice. I'm not saying they looked bad or slutty or anything like that, but they were dressed up like they were going somewhere. And I'm pretty sure this is just because of the fact that they've been locked up in the house, and they're like, oh, I get to go out and I'm getting rid of the kid for the day. So now I'm going to dress up and I'm going to enjoy my day out. So, and I don't blame anybody for that. I just thought it was really kind of humorous. I chuckled to myself because I was like, holy crap, they are really dressed to go somewhere today. And it was just funny to me, and I was running, and it was nice because I got a laugh out of it, and it took me out of my head, and I just finished up my run that morning. Speaking of that, my running, I've been doing now for 19 weeks, and just like my jiu-jitsu and all of the other things that I get involved in, it's hard getting started, and I think that's just the way it is for almost anything new that we try or I try. It's intimidating at first. You're not sure how you're going to be capable of doing it, And then you try it a few times and it feels good. So you're like, oh, I'm going to keep doing this. And then after so many weeks, it turns into something that is just what you do. And now I'm at the point with my podcast, my running. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for almost 5 years now. And it is hard to stop. And it's kind of funny because to me, the reason I find it funny is because it was so hard to get started, right? It was really, really tough to get started. But then when I got started, I got momentum. And then I got excited about it, and I got drive for it, and it just became this passion. I go to jiu-jitsu religiously unless I'm hurt or anything else, or something comes up at work, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I go 3 times a week, no matter what. And that was difficult for me. When I first got started in jiu-jitsu, I would make excuses of why I couldn't make those days and why I couldn't make those times. Today, I schedule everything around that. Though that comes first and everything else can come second. And now with my running, I go every morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. Been doing it for 19 weeks. And I started doing this April 10th. I do the podcast every Wednesday. Been doing that for 22 weeks now because this is episode 22. And these have become habits in my everyday life that I don't want to stop. So, I don't know, there's certain things that I've done, work and stuff like that. And I've been like, man, I got to get out of this. This isn't for me. And it's like you find these things that are for you, and then they become part of your everyday. And now I'm going to be going into surgery, and it's only a week or two, But the downtime is hard for me to accept now because I've been doing this so much. And, pre-recording and all that other stuff is great. But the one thing I love is the schedule. I love the schedule. I love going. So I've already made a plan in my head where, I'm going to miss 1 week of jiu-jitsu 100%. But the second week, even if I can't roll, I think I'm just going to go into class and sit and watch. And one, because you never want to stop learning, first of all. Second of all, you want to keep your times. So if you take a week off, a couple weeks off, you get hurt or something happens, or say you, like my case, school's closed for the week after today, and then I'm having surgery, and I'm not really supposed to go back to class and do things until 2 weeks after my surgery, I believe is what they told me earlier. And now I'm like, all right, well, they're going to be open, before my surgery. They'll be open again. And then I'm going to miss a week. So that's a week and a half missed. And I'm like, all right, I don't want to go 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks without going just because the doctor said so. So what I'm thinking is I will just go to class, and you don't get credit for going if you just sit on the chairs and watch, but it keeps my time, my schedule, it keeps that, and it allows me to not fall off track too far. And I've just been thinking about all these things because I really know that the structure is important in my life. Having these things in my life is important because now this is what drives me in a sense. It keeps me from drinking. All of this stuff keeps me from drinking because of the structure and what I have to do. I can't get on this podcast and be drinking. I can't go to jiu-jitsu and be drinking. I can't do those things. Those are things that I couldn't physically do. When I was drinking and I started jiu-jitsu, I would have a real hard time. I mean, when I started jiu-jitsu, I was smoking cigarettes. Yeah, I was smoking cigarettes and I was drinking when I started jiu-jitsu because I'm finishing up my 5th year there. And I'll be signing on for my 6th year in January. So, and these things become habits. And then, like, jiu-jitsu really helped me get off the cigarettes. Including my friends who were vaping at the time, and I was like, this is ridiculous. What are you people doing? And it wasn't until I got past that vapor's tickle that allowed me to finally try vaping and move over to it. And, jiu-jitsu had a lot to do with that as well, because when I quit smoking, I could breathe better. So it was like every time something changed in my life, it was because something else in my life was starting to take over. Mostly jiu-jitsu, because it's been the most consistent part of my life since I quit drinking. The running is new, the podcast is new, all this other stuff is new, and I'm just finding it really fun, and it's a part of my life now that I do not want to give up. And I won't. I will not give it up. It's just a couple weeks off, and it'll be good to let the body heal. So I'm gonna use it as a full experience to, recuperate, rebuild, and then when I'm 100% again, I'm gonna be ready to go back into my everyday routine. But it's just interesting how it was hard to get started, but once you get the momentum going, it's almost hard to stop that momentum as well. So I was thinking about that a lot, and I just found it to be very interesting. I think I figured out my running during the winter problem. I'm gonna get a treadmill, but it's not gonna be one that you plug in. It'll be one that I have to. They call it a manual one, so you have to push it how fast it's gonna go, and then you have to maintain that speed. If you want to maintain that speed, you won't have a machine helping you. And I think if I maybe double my distance every time I have to do it inside. And that's on crazy days. That's on crazy blizzards, or I wake up and I got 3 feet of snow to shovel out of my way. Then I'm gonna run on the treadmill, and then I'm gonna go shovel. If it's a blizzard outside, then I'm gonna run inside. I'm not gonna go run in blizzard. But I mean, if there's snow on the ground and it's cold outside, but it's sunny, I'm going to go running outside. You know what I mean? So I'll make the judgment call depending on the weather. But winters around here are pretty brutal. We had a really good summer, so we got a 50-50 shot of having a shitty winter. And that's just the way New England is. So I'm getting myself prepared for that, making sure I'm going to have everything I need so that I don't have to worry about missing any running time during the winter, because that's definitely something I need to keep very consistent in my life. It's been helping a lot. It helps with me waking up in the morning. It helps with my every day. I love that run. I absolutely love it. And this is why I keep saying, if you've got something that you really, really want to do, you're thinking about it, just go do it. Go do it, because I'm telling you, if you get into it and you don't like it, and then you don't like it. But if you get into it and it does to you what it does to me, which is keep me motivated and keep me going and just keeps me driving forward, and if that's whatever you wanted to do is doing for you, then that's great, because that's why I'm doing these things. I'm doing these things because it keeps propelling me forward. Keeps propelling me forward. It keeps me healthy. And right now, being healthy is very important to me, because I'm not taking any supplements. And right now, not taking supplements really worries me. Not taking vitamin D, not taking zinc, not taking vitamin C. Did I already say that? Vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc. Sorry. And not taking those things actually has me worried. Now I'm a little bit more cautious of people. Like vape shop, I would tell you, you got to put your mask up, but maybe they wouldn't put it over their nose, and I wasn't too worried about it because I was protecting myself. But now I feel like my shields are down. And so now I feel like running and keeping physically fit and doing all those things is really helping me because without that and without the supplements, now I'm completely defenseless. So at least I'm still keeping active, and I'm still doing those things, and I'm still staying motivated until after Friday. If I can, when I get home after my surgery, I'm going to take my supplements. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to a cup of coffee with some MCT oil in it. I did not realize how much I really, really enjoy that in the morning until I had just black coffee, and it just tastes like water. I was like, oh, because I love it. The way I make my coffee is I just have ground coffee in a bag. Nothing special on my beans. But I love a nice dark roast. I love to put it on a slow brew, and I do brew a whole pot of coffee or a half a pot of coffee, but I love putting a little teaspoon of cacao butter and a nice good splash of some MCT oil. I used to add a little bit of salt, but I hold off on that. My salt intake was a little bit up recently, so it's okay. Are you looking for a new vape shop? Good. I got one for you. It's located in Seabrook, New Hampshire at 180 Lafayette Road in between Home Depot and Smoke Rings. We have everything. New Hampshire Vape Gallery absolutely has everything you're looking for your vaping needs, from your tanks to your mods to your batteries to your glass to your 510 cartridge batteries. Yep, we got those too. We've also got all the disposables. These things are great. Many, many flavors. Hyde is my number one seller. We always have them in stock, and they're just a great device for on the go. It's like they finally figured out how to make the equivalent of a pack of cigarettes in your vaping needs. Also, if you're looking for new pod devices for your high nicotine e-juice, these things are phenomenal. This is a smock alike. You got the Lost Vape Q Ultra. Great products. I love the way these things work. There's so many of them out on the market now. You can go from a big mod to a little mod. Still vape your high nicotine, low nicotine. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to vape, you can vape it in these devices right here. So, on another note, I always tell you guys about how we have everything for your vaping needs. But guess what? I've got everything for your CBD needs too. I've got CBD flower, right? This stuff is great. I love smoking a joint of my CBD flower after a tough jiu-jitsu class. And if that's not enough, we've also got tinctures in many different flavors and strengths. I've got them by Savage. I've got them by Greenwoods. We've got tinctures. We've got your CBD flower. We've got your CBD pre-rolls and disposables. I got CBD disposables, and there's just a lot to choose from. So if you're coming to New Hampshire Vape Gallery and you're thinking, I don't vape, but I've been looking for some CBD, well, come on in. We're going to help you out because we've got that too. So again, this is New Hampshire Vape Gallery located in Seabrook, New Hampshire at 180 Lafayette Road in between Home Depot and Smoke Rings. We're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m. You can give us a call, 603-814-4171, and I really look forward to seeing you there. During these crazy COVID times, flu season right around the corner, you need to have a good hand sanitizer. And I found one that works great for me. It's naturalbossnh.com. That's naturalbossnh.com. TwT.com. Go there and get your hand sanitizer today. Remember, flu is spread through the hands. So you want to keep your hands clean so you don't spread the flu. And COVID goes through the mask, which is why we're all wearing them. So if you're going back to school or you're going shopping every day and you just can't seem to find a hand sanitizer that's working for you, go to naturalbossnh.com today. That's naturalbossnh.com. Go there, get your hand sanitizer, and I'm telling you, this is just a great product. You can see right here, comes in a nice bottle. You can stick it right in your purse. Or if it stays right in my car almost all the time, and I just bought another one so I could have it in the house. So this hand sanitizer has worked great for me. I think it's going to work great for you. So go to naturalbossnh.com today and get your hand sanitizer and keep the flu and COVID away. Yeah, so it's all part of my structure. I need it in my life. I have to have it. So I'm making it so that all of the things that I do on a weekly basis, it'll all be kind of the same so that I don't lose my routine, because this is what helps me stay off of alcohol. All these things that I do, all the stuff that I'm putting out there, this content really helps drive it home for me, because because I don't want to put out anything false out there. And I know that I'm still human and I could still fall off the wagon, but these are the things that keep me on it. And I just want to make sure that it doesn't get messed with. And my running has been very good lately. I am finishing that 1.5 miles in about 10 minutes and 11 seconds. And I'm taking it to the next level by getting my nose fixed so that I can breathe. So hopefully then I can add some more distance in the future. And I think I figured out what I'm going to do this winter. I found a manual treadmill. Excuse me. Yeah, I found a manual treadmill. And I like that better than one that you plug in. I feel like the resistance is going to help me better. And it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for me to maintain my speed. I'm actually going to have to maintain my speed. So I'm really only going to use this for bad weather. Like if the sidewalks aren't clear, I'm not running in the street. And if I have to shovel snow out of my driveway, I'm probably not going to go running before I do that. And I'm probably not going to go running after I do it. So I'm going to get me one of these things, throw it in the corner, and on really, really shitty winter days, which we get a good amount of here in New England, I'm going to use this thing, and I'll just up my mileage. And that'll probably help me get prepared for upping my mileage out on the street. That's my thoughts behind it. I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I mean, if I don't get to run outside because there's 3 feet of snow, it's going to be okay. You know, it's not like I'm avoiding it. I have to remove the snow in order to even get out of my house. So why not run on the treadmill and get one that's not going to make it easy, and then I can just kind of do that on the really crappy days, and then after I'm done with that, I can get dressed and I can go shovel, and then I'm all set. And so I'm gonna use that, and they're a lot cheaper than I expected, which is nice. I found it on Amazon for like $150. Not bad at all. I think it's going to do the job just perfect. And again, this is just another little thing so that when the opportunity to not go running outside comes, now I just run inside, and make it a little bit easier on myself so I can still get all the rest of the stuff I got to get done after it snows around here. It's the fun part of owning your own property and owning your own house. You know, removing snow, keeping up with grass, all this stuff. It's just so much fun. I was actually talking to one of my friends the other day, and I was like, I don't even understand why we do this to ourselves. We're like, yeah, it's a dream to buy a house, have my own shit. And it's like, yeah, it's great. But, man, it stinks when you got to take care of it. It stinks when you got to fix it. It's kind of like owning a car, but a little bit bigger price tag. Yeah. But, yeah, I've just been thinking about all the ways that I am going to, occupy my time during my 4-day lockdown, making sure that I have everything in place for when I go into surgery and I'm not going to be able to do certain things for at least a couple days, and just trying to get prepared. I think that's what I do a lot. I prepare a lot now. Ever since I stopped drinking and I can think clearly, I really try to put myself in the position of just getting everything done that needs to be done. And I try to do it in a, somewhat timely fashion. Some things not everything gets done quickly. There's a lot of stuff that I still just get done on time. But it's all right, It's all good. So, another thing I've been dealing with is my dogs. My dogs, one of my dogs decided that he was going to break the banister on the stairs downstairs. At the bottom of the stairs there, he decided to break one of my banisters. And I have tried, putting it together, and I was trying to find a glue for it. I went with a Gorilla Glue, and we had a rainstorm the same night that I put the glue on the banister, so he just broke through it again. And I was like, oh, this glue didn't work. This is a bunch of crap. And I went up to the other banister at the top of the stairs that was broken when we bought the house. And I was like, oh, I wonder if this one worked. And I bumped it, and it didn't move. And I was like, oh, the glue did work, but my dog didn't allow it to fully cure, so it didn't work. And now I still have a broken banister. I took a small video of it. I'll put it up. But I basically put a mirror up. I have a giant mirror that I was gonna use for where I work out. And now it's up against the friggin' banister, sitting there, and yeah, it's just, I have to tape it down, and but it's made a wall. I basically made a wall so that I can glue it, and he can't break through it while it's curing. So this is the contraption that I've come up with to keep my dogs from breaking. Let me turn on the light here. I don't know if you can see it, but there we go. They've completely broken the banister, and I still haven't glued it yet, so I'm working on that, but this is what I've done so far to keep my dogs downstairs. Oh, excuse me, this weather. I don't know, for some reason, cloudy days, rainy days make me tired. And so now I've got this up there, and I just got to find a good glue. I think I'm going to have to go with a mixture epoxy. It's a two base or something like that. You get the two thing, you squeeze it, and then it squirts into one, and you mix it up. So I'm going to have to get a really good epoxy made for wood, I think, and try that. Because I've looked at replacing the banister, and it's wood. So you really can't just replace one. You have to lift the banister in order to get it in there. And then, the these wooden dowels are so old that no one makes them like this anymore. And then I was like, I looked into a metal one, but the metal one is so thin that even if I put one there, I'd have to put a second one in. And it's just like, I don't really know what to do. My dad told me to just let the dogs upstairs. And I was like, well, I don't know about you, but I love my dogs. But when you have a 55-pound dog and a 65-pound dog, the last place you want them is sleeping in your bed. And that's where they want to go. They're not going to learn to sleep on the floor at this point. One's friggin' 7, one's 5. They're pretty much done. I mean, you can teach them a little bit. You can tell them to get down. I get it. But eventually they kind of find their way back up. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's annoying. And so I don't enjoy having the dog sleep upstairs. Second of all, during all of this COVID, pandemic, quarantine crap, shit has been happening all over the place. So I've been a little nervous. I don't want anybody to break into my house. But I know the opportunity is still there if, stuff keeps going sideways, if people are on hard times. Things happen. Things can happen at any time to pretty much any one of us. To say that this is never going to happen to me, well, it's kind of silly because, it can. We're all human. We all go through the same day-to-day stuff for the most part. So anything is possible. And so I prefer to have the dogs downstairs because I feel like if they're downstairs, neither one of them barks for no reason. I don't know how or why. It could just have been all the yelling that I used to do, because that's what I would do. I would yell all the time. So if the dogs were getting out of control, I would scream and yell. So I think from that, when I screamed and yelled at them and told them no, and I wasn't big on barking anyways. I would discipline them for barking. I do not like that at all. I don't think that when you let your dogs out and there's another dog on the other side of the fence that it's okay to let your dogs bark. I don't think that's okay. So I would, yell at them, bring them in, tell them not to. So anyways, my dogs do not bark. They do not bark at all. And so I feel like if I have them downstairs, and because Barry only barks when something's going on. So I know for a fact, he's not going to cry wolf. I just question whether or not Archer will even bark because he really doesn't do it at all. But I just think it's safer to have them downstairs, It's just another layer of protection. If they get through the alarm, break the door, whatever, I'm hoping. And of course, this is always worst case scenario, and I don't want this to happen. But, I'm hoping they're going to protect us. I'm going to hear the dogs barking. That's going to wake us up. And I just always hope that, they don't get injured protecting us. But if they do, I'm going to be sad. I would be sad if my dogs were to get hurt protecting us. But, they're dogs. They're supposed to protect us, right? So it's just another layer of defense, and I like having them downstairs, especially during these times. It's been just crazy, and the protests and all that other stuff, and I just don't want to take any chances. So I find it to be a layer of protection is my main reason for not having the dogs upstairs anymore. Either way, gotta get that banister fixed. Now that I'm just droning on about my dogs possibly dying protecting us. I don't know where I'm going today. It's a rainy day. I don't know what's happening, So I appreciate everybody who listens, everybody who subscribes. And if you're new to the podcast, please remember, subscribe, hit those like buttons if you're enjoying the videos. And as always, I'll talk to you later.